That was great.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling episode 23. All in or nothing! Nothing! Yeah, get it. With me today, back is Big Ed the Assassin. What's up, Ed?
What up?
And we have a very special guest in the Green Door studio today. His name is Mr. JPDub
Squared.
JPDub Squid.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Doing real good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Still somehow hard 3 days later after All In.
Oh, and that's great. For those of you who listen, today is a special episode. We are fresh off the heels of the All-In pay-per-view, which was provided to you by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. Life-changing event for wrestling fans, probably the biggest wrestling event to happen for this generation of fans.
Historic, for sure.
Yeah, super historic. And Jeff, you were there.
I was.
So we're going to be talking about your experiences there at StarCast and at the actual pay-per-view. We're going to give you our opinions on what me and Ed thought watching it at home and run down the match card and all that great stuff. So first, before we get to the card, I'd like to put you on the hot seat.
On the hot seat.
Motherfucker!
On the hot seat.
Ooh, how your buns feeling? Are they sizzling?
They're supple.
Toasty at this point.
Oh,
Yes.
I like that. So were you starting off with StarCast? How many days did you go?
So we went to StarCast 2 days. We went to the official after party, and then we went to the Sunday. So we were there for the after party right after All In, and then we went Sunday. We had meet and greets with the Bucks, Cody, and just kind of BS'd and bebopped around there. So just 2 days, even though we paid the fucking $130 for the gold bracelets.
Oh, you did get the gold bracelets.
Yeah.
So, real Ed, you had a question on that. What was Ed's? He's our numbers guy here. He's the GM.
He's a cha-ching numbers guy. So based on my calculations,
Cue that Ted DiBiase thread.
yeah. What it run you for the week for the tickets and all that other stuff?
Oh, God. Okay, so
It's store time. Let's hear it.
yeah. I don't know if you guys remember when they went on sale, the website just crashed. Everything went to shit. It was awful. I was down to pay like $180. We were going to get $180
Just for your seats?
Just for the seats.
Yeah.
Whole thing crashed, went to shit. So we ended up having to go into StubHub. StubHub didn't even spit on it, and we ended up paying like $136 for nosebleed suite seats. They were technically
not
suites.
Yeah, but those, I've been there. I was at Bound for Glory 2008 at the Sears Center. There's really not a bad seat in there
at all.
It kind of reminded me of being like at the Joyce Center or something at Notre Dame.
Really? Yeah, I was about to say I've never. That's actually a really good spot to catch a place or to catch a.
I saw WWF there back in like '98.
Wow.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
but yeah, so not. I don't know if you can agree with that, but I really didn't. When I was there, I was like fourth or fifth row back. Like it was super
wasn't
crazy,
bad.
but
No, he's got to rub it in. Your
that's fine,
nosebleeds.
yeah.
Up.
no, I mean that was a great, but I would much rather traded that moment to be there.
to be up there and all in for sure.
And yeah,
It
and
was great. I mean, the seats were fine. Like I said, it was like a suite type thing.
Was it
cool.
too sweet?
It was-
type thing?
it was-
Too sweet.
Too
was-
sweet.
Far too sweet. Papa Buck was up there.
Oh hell yeah! Shout out
So-
to Matthew Lee Massey. What's going on?
He was great. He was super nice, just like beaming pride every single second. He was just talking.
He's super overjoyed. You could
Oh,
tell, man.
Dude,
Just what his
he'd,
boys
been
have done.
crying
Yeah.
that day. You could tell. He was super proud, super nice. It's just as soon as you walked up, he was like, "Hey, bro, too sweet me when you meet me."
Yeah.
Just doing it up there. It's just like, oh shit. He's like asking me if I want to get a picture. I'm like, yeah, I want to get a picture. Let's go.
And then he was like $5.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Then he posted me. No, he grabbed my beer. No, nice guy. He was up there in the suite section. Billy Gunn was up there. Colt Cabana was up there a little bit.
Oh, it's Billy Gunn. You were kind of getting on to something before we hit the record button tonight about Billy Gunn.
Yeah, for those of you that are in the know, fuck Billy Gunn.
Oh, damn.
Fuck Billy Gunn.
He's on blast.
It's heat. It's
juice.
heat right now.
Shoot hard from the hip.
The juice is getting to his head, man. He was just a piece of shit to everyone.
Really?
What was he doing?
Well, it's just like, and I get it, like he's there to support people, this and that. He's like watching the show. It's the middle of the show, and he went to go take a piss, and we're walking back together, and like, first off, he didn't wash his hands, so what the fuck, Billy Gunn?
Did you call him out on it?
I should have called him out, but if
You are now.
his body looked like an atlas. So I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with Billy Gunn today. So I was like, hey dude, what's going on? He's like, yeah, what's up? And just like walked back. I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you, man. And obviously I wasn't gonna shake his hand, but he's just on his phone. He's like, yeah, what's up? Somebody's like, hey, can I get a picture with you? He's like, no, dude, fuck off. And
He
walks
said
into
that?
the suite. Yeah, he does. So I think
He told you to fuck off?
he didn't tell me to fuck off. He told
dude.
some like standard mid-40s.
If I was that guy, I would have turned around and said, suck it!
He should have. He should have. But yeah, fuck Billy Gunn. But no, seats were great. Yeah, it was like 130 for the bracelet, like 130. No, I'm sorry, 175 for the ticket. Now that I remember, and 130 for the bracelet.
Damn.
And then I think I didn't personally get meet and greets. I only got one meet and greet the entire weekend, but the rest of them were like $55 a pop too.
So you didn't go to StarCast Saturday during the day?
Which depresses me because I wanted to meet my biological father, Eric Bischoff.
Easy E.
Didn't get the chance to do it.
Shout out to Eric Bischoff in 83 weeks.
Oh yeah, great podcast.
Very nice.
Yeah, I can't believe that, man. I can't believe Billy Gunn would act like that. I mean, he's way past his prime.
Yeah.
You would think he would just appreciate anybody coming up to him and saying, hey, man, we appreciate what you did.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a picture, or ask for a picture, especially if someone's asking, not saying, hey, Billy, come take a picture with me.
Yeah, but he's kind of, he's old school now. He's made his money, and I think he's probably just like been in the spotlight so long that it's like, man, come on. You know how many people probably do that shit to him? And not like he's probably necessarily trying to be a dick, but it's just...
He's probably tainted.
Yeah.
You just wanted to say taint.
I did.
I'm glad I got my taint.
Hey, Billy Gunn, by the way.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy. Because I'm the numbers guy, right?
Yeah.
Has a net worth of $3 million.
It's more than me.
That's more than me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's actually surprising.
That's still good.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, you would think, man, how many of those guys blew all their dough?
Yeah.
I said taint and blue at the same 15
I'm
second
sure
interval.
Xbox snorted it all. So.
Oh, he did. That's why he's doing lots of meet and greets.
Oh, he was there. Yeah, he's just with his sign, just like $20 for a picture, man. $20 for a picture. He's just doing everybody's podcast.
Did you see Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were there too?
Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were there.
Hey yo.
He was bumbling around on the main floor. Didn't get to see too close. He wasn't at StarCast, but he was at All-In, I think.
Did you to get out sidetrack real quick? Were you a big NWO guy?
Oh fuck yeah.
So
who wasn't, right?
Right. I take it you know about the Q&A that's coming up October 27th.
I do not.
The NWO reunion.
I did
Hogan,
not
Hall,
hear
and
about that.
Nash.
Oh God, when's that happening?
In Orlando. I think it's October 27th. Like so if you go to HulkHogan.com, it'll give you all the information. But they put out a couple promo videos and stuff, and we were talking about it for a long time, wondering Hogan was dropping all these hints like NWO's getting back together, and like, well, what the hell are they going to do? Are they going to recruit new guys? Lo and behold, it's a Q&A, which kind of was like, man.
God, Hogan wants to do a Q&A right now.
Yeah. Well, with Hall and Nash, be the first time ever, It should be cool, I mean, I'm kind of bummed that it's not necessarily actually wrestling related. Like, it would have been cool. No. Well, I mean, as far as, like, coming to WWE and, like, getting a new group of guys. And
Right.
That's what I thought.
I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, it's a Q&A thing, but...
He'll be back. He'll be back sooner than later.
I think so.
I think before WrestleMania, you'll get...
I think if he came back as Hollywood, too, that would be sweet.
Can't come back as Hulk Hogan right now. we need a little break from the yellow and the red.
Yeah. But, to get back to StarCast, though. So give us your experience. We'll wrap up on Sunday, your experience there before we get into the pay-per-view.
StarCast was awesome. It was the most surreal. I'd never been to a convention of any kind like that. I'd never been to a wrestling convention. It was crazy. Like walking around and the night before, we had the after the official after party, and first thing we walk in, we're like, I wonder if we're gonna see anybody, and like Hurricane walks in with a drink in his hand. Hurricane's blasted, right?
Really?
Just out of his mind, and I was like, oh man, this is the time to like make it
stand back.
Yeah, exactly. People needed to because he was stumbling, and I was like, oh, man. And I felt like being a dick. So I was like, dude, I loved you as David Arquette's stunt double in Ready to Rumble. And, he's like, oh, man, I did that. Were you guys here earlier? I met you, right? And I was like, no, man, you didn't. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I met you. Come on, let's go get a drink. And we're like, no, what? We're good. So he ended up stumbling back to the bathroom. We didn't see him for the rest of the night. People were asking about him. You could tell people were talking. They're like, oh, man, you seen Sean? Where's he at? Nobody idea where he was. So I think he got drunk and passed out somewhere. He was awesome, though.
That is cool, though, that he took it.
Super cool.
He took it all in joking. Like, he wasn't like a dick about anything.
He thought it was hilarious. And then saw the Chinless Wonder, Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth was there? Oh.
He was there, yes. He was there. And he had like...
No chin?
He had no chin, but he had like 2 perfect 10s on either arm.
Really?
Oh, my God. Just
really?
the most beautiful women just walking around with him. I'm like, wow.
It might have been hired hookers.
I'm assuming, because look at him.
Yeah.
And, you were just talking about net worth. His has got to be like, what, 350? Like, max?
I'm looking right now.
350,000?
No, like 350.
Yeah.
That's all he had in his pocket then.
Why you always trying to give that alien 350?
That's it.
$3.
But that was cool. So then, Sunday.
They have a bar and stuff at
They had a bar at the after party, yeah, for sure.
And there were wrestlers mixing it up with you guys?
Oh, yeah. Like
Anybody else you seen?
Oh, man. Yeah. SCU was there.
SCU!
Which was great, of course.
Yeah.
The whole thing was sponsored by, I can't even remember what it was. It was just like
Pro Wrestling Tees?
No, it was a chewable boner pill.
Really?
Yes.
That, Joey Ryan probably got that.
Oh, yeah, as he should have. It was a chewable boner pill that was sponsoring it. And then... Sunday was great. It was, like I said, super surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Met like crazy people. Like, you had like David Arquette was there.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh man.
I love 8-legged freaks.
Oh, who doesn't? And then, God, who else was there? I mean, just everybody. And like people from, podcasts and YouTube channels.
What did you see Scarlett Bordeaux?
Did not. No. But like Simon Miller from What Culture was there, and I got a chance to meet him.
That's super cool.
So that was cool. But I stand over, and I wasn't wearing a wrestling shirt. I was pissed off because I wanted to wear my Cody shirt because I was meeting Cody that day. So I'm wearing this Hawaiian shirt that had Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon.
You in a Hawaiian shirt? I don't.
Yeah,
believe
right.
It.
I don't believe it. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm wearing this. I'm wearing it, and DDP spots me out, and he's like, "Oh man, that's a killer shirt, man."
Really?
I was like, "You're DDP." He's like, "Yeah, man, what's going on?" He's sitting there talking to me, and he's like, "Animal, come over here." So Animal comes over. He's like, "Check out this dude's shirt." And he's like, "Oh man, that's Chewbacca. That's fucking cool, man." I'm like,
Isn't that
"Holy
awesome?"
shit!" So we're standing over there, just kind of talking, BSing with them. They're asking me questions. We're just talking, and Animal's like, "Shit, you guys want to take a shot?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." He's like, "Come on,
is he
man."
still Animal still jacked?
Animal is still jacked. Yes.
He's got like that football player
Exactly. Yeah.
body though.
Yeah.
Like the dude that like lifts
Dad
too
bod.
much and does no cardio.
Yeah.
that guy.
That's it.
So we go up to the bar and get the shots, whatever. Animal actually didn't take a shot, so DDP and I took a shot, and it was just the most surreal thing in the world. Sitting there, like, oh my god, like I remember when you won that big gold belt.
Yeah,
this is crazy. It was awesome. It was, like I said, it was surreal. It was crazy. It was fantastic. I would like to go to another one.
I hope they put something on like this again because I can't miss it. And
no,
the DDP, I like him more now.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah,
he's so cool.
Yeah, I like DDP way more now than I liked him when he actually wrestled.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you were talking about going to another one, I actually read on SI.com earlier that they're already talking about, doing another one, calling it All-In 2, but probably going to be West Coast.
See,
yeah.
Cody, I went to the meet and greets, the only 2 meet and greets that I did, well, 3. I did one with Okada on the day of All-In, and then did the Young Bucks and Cody. And I'm standing in line about 5 people before, and Cody ends up shouting to somebody. He's like, "Hey, man, come to All-In. We'll probably do this again. Probably in L.A. next time, though." So I'm like,
really? He told you that?
He said it.
You heard it here first.
He said it
on the
up.
Juice Pro Wrestling podcast.
See, we got the dirt, dude. We got the dirt sheets,
we got the dirt that gives you the squirts, But
he said it.
awesome.
He said, "Yeah, probably in L.A." So we'll see.
I think that was the way I thought they would play out was like Chicago. I mean, great place to start off. The best wrestling fans, bar none. Pretty much the best sports fans, in my opinion, bar none, than anywhere. And then I figured they would either go east or west. Either New York or L.A. out there. Those are the next kind of big wrestling cities to hit.
I'm glad the OG got Chicago though.
Oh yeah,
I know,
yeah,
like for sure.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The fans went crazy.
It's us, motherfucker!
Yeah, dude, for sure. Chicago, dude. It's like Chicago. I think it's badass that we got the first one out of them, you know?
Yeah.
So, and FYI, like, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks putting this together, like, it's amazing. But that right there is proof. WWE fucked up with Cody Rhodes. Look at all the bullshit and all the garbage that dude went through.
Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And look at...
What was he?
Stardust.
Stardust.
I wanted to say Starcast or Star Child.
Star Child. And just, I mean, look at him now. I mean, he's huge.
And that's a great story, dude. Like,
yes.
with Dusty and him, and just in the world title, and we'll get to that. Yeah, but so that was pretty much your Starcast experience then.
Yes, I mean, I feel like I'm forgetting half a dozen moments.
Oh, I'm sure,
because, like I said, the whole thing was just a wet dream.
Any hot female grapplers you come across?
No.
Just dudes.
I think they were all with Ellsworth, I guess.
Man,
I know.
To me, that's mind blowing that dude had 2 10s.
I know.
On each arm.
I know.
I mean, that dude's that guy's always annoyed me.
Yeah,
always.
He get a chin.
That's what it is.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
Yeah. What would you say was the most out of the whole weekend? What's the most memorable thing that you'll take out of it?
Spoilers, and I'm not going to give too much away because I'm sure we'll talk about it. The Kenny Omega match.
Yeah,
that Kenny Omega match for me was just like that alone was worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, let's break into that. Let's
break it in, Juice. Break it in.
Gonna break it out. Bones and rules were made to be broken, Jack.
You know what? I do got a quick question, though. If Macho Man was here, what would he have to say about All In?
You say, ooh, yeah, dig it. The Macho Man Randy Savage gonna go all in, yeah.
The Black Machismo.
Black Machismo would just be like, shit, motherfucker.
That All In shit.
Yeah. So for those of you that haven't watched All In yet, this is now the Wednesday after All In. I don't know why the fuck you haven't. You can go and check it out on the Fight TV app. You can check it out with Ring of Honor at the Honor Club. Sign up for either a standard membership, which I think you get 20% off. So then it's only like $20, I think I paid for it. And you can also check it out on New Japan World.
They just put it up?
Yeah, check that shit out. And we're about to dive right in. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Let's get ready to fuck it! All right, breaking down All In. Now, let me ask you this, Jeff, before we get going on it. Have you watched it yet, other than being there?
No, I haven't watched.
Because it's a completely different experience when you go to major wrestling events that are taped like that.
Yes,
it's so weird. Like at the WrestleMania and Bound for Glory I went to, like you have so much fun there, but then when you watch it, it's like I don't know how to put in the words.
Different
words.
Yeah.
Well,
weirds.
The approach and just like the way that the crowd reacted was, for some matches, completely the opposite of the way the crowd felt. Like the crowd felt one way, and then I'm hearing like reviews the next day. I'm talking to people and like reading things, and they're like, "Oh, this match wasn't that good." I'm like, "Really?" Because the crowd was shitting their pants.
The crowd was
whole time.
the whole time. I noticed that, dude. Like they were. I've never seen a wrestling event like that.
It was wild.
I had a good time watching reactions. Like everybody was just like,
yeah, man.
It was
on
so
their
funny.
feet, fucking shit up.
You remember when Brock beat Taker?
Yeah.
And the one black dude was like,
Yeah, with the eyes.
yeah. I felt like everybody was like that. Like
Yeah.
everybody was just like, oh, like it was so surreal.
So breaking into the first match here, we had the Briscoes versus the SCU, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. What'd you take away from this one, Jeff?
It was a good match. I liked it. SCU's just super entertaining.
Yeah,
right?
they're super over now. I'm
They're
glad they're
so
on Being the
over.
Elite.
I got to. I watched actually at StarCast on Sunday. Watched them get interviewed by Simon Miller of What Culture.
Nice.
And they're just
I'm
on all
Simon
the time.
Miller.
Yes, it was awesome. Good match. Good way to start it too.
Yeah, I liked how they came out in the Rocky attire.
Yes, I mean because you
Apollo
watch,
Creed,
Being the Elite, and so
They did the training montage.
yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Briscoes went for a doomsday device too. They tried to do that, but didn't work out. I thought someone should have did it. It would have been cool. You know, at Chicago, you had Road Warrior Animal come out.
Yes.
At the beginning, I thought it was one hell of a match. Great way to start it off too. SCU comes up with the win on that. The next match, and by the way, these first two matches were WGN America. So
0 hour.
yeah, if you had cable TV, you could have checked that out full free.
For free.
Well, for free is until you get that huge ass cable bill. At the end. But next was the over the budget battle royal, and
FYI, the name was awesome.
Yes.
the name was awesome.
it was badass.
All the spots were awesome. The cast of characters they had in it was awesome. To me, that battle royal was better than the last several Royal Rumble matches I've watched.
I agree.
You had guys like Billy Gunn, the asshole man, his son Austin Gunn. You had Moose from Impact. You had Brian Cage from Impact. You had Chicago's own Colt Cabana. You had Jordan Grace, is she Ring of Honor?
She is Ring of Honor.
Okay, man, that chick is stout, man. She tried to press Brian Cage. Remember?
Yes.
That was crazy.
Tried, yeah.
Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, Punishment Martinez, All Ethan Ego Page. You had Trent Beretta and Chucky T, the best friends. And that's pretty much looking Rocky Romero. I probably already said him. But anyway, you had, and then who's that little skinny guy?
Oh,
I can't remember who
tiny.
that was.
He
Yeah.
was like
tiny.
a child. He looked like
Yeah.
a child.
And he started doing that fucking dance that all the kids do. Like that.
The floss thing.
Yeah, like dude, I was laughing
got a
my
pop,
ass
though.
off. It
Got a
did because
huge
it
pop,
looks
man.
so ridiculous, dude. Anyways, and then Flip Gordon comes in, finally gets all in and wins. The winner of that got the challenge for the ROH World Title against champion Jay Lethal or Black Machismo. Dig it.
Yeah.
What were some of your thoughts on that battle royal?
It was a mess in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest. I marked out hard when Flip got in the ring and took his mask off because he took his mask off and he's facing away from our seats.
Right.
And he's got that short haircut and we were, pretty high and he's clean cut now, just like a certain other pro wrestler turned UFC fighter who happens to call Chicago his home.
Yeah.
So everybody on our side shit their pants and they're just, it's CM Punk. Like, it was Flip Gordon,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But we were still pumped. It's like, I'm being the elite, book Flip. And we knew that he was going to be on the show in some capacity.
Right.
But we had
was a
no
great
idea it was going to
build-up.
be. Yeah, it was awesome. And like the fact that he got to do the Ring of Honor match with Jay Lethal later in the show, it was a cool battle royal. You got to see a lot. Tommy Dreamer pulled out the trash can and the whole crowd popped when ECW, Bully Ray. It was great. I loved that.
Bully Ray he had some really cool moments in there.
Yes, he did.
Dude, and he tossed the hell out of that kid.
Oh my God! Launched him, dude.
God.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of that kid's name, but I think he's actually gonna be at a Black Label Pro event out here in Crown Point.
I don't know how that's going to happen because Bully threw him so high.
Oh, dude.
He's still in orbit. He chucked him like a rag doll, man.
That little kid, god damn it. And I have no idea where he's came from. He honestly just popped up in like my Twitter feed one day, and then next thing you know, I've been hearing about this guy everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he's at All In, so he's got to have something. Maybe he's boys with the Young Bucks or Cody or somebody.
The other thing I will say about that battle royal is that the entire night, that was a good story. It's a good way to do it. But also, this mixed with the Ring of Honor match, like that night is a career-defining night for Flip Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and I know, Ed, you remember the Jay Lethal match, which
Yeah.
we'll get to. I know I thought you were pretty impressed with Flip Gordon, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he's great.
He is awesome.
Yes,
he's
he
a
is.
former military veteran. What was he, Marines or Army or something like
not
that?
sure.
But anyways, great battle royal. Flip Gordon winning under that mask. Yeah, awesome. Like a total old school thing to do,
Yes.
Next, we had Matt Cross, which people might be familiar with as, what's his name? Lucha Underground? Son of Havoc. Versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman, another indie darling who I've never really...
MJF.
Yeah, I've never really seen much of his stuff, so I don't really have an opinion. I thought the match was good, though.
Was a good match. MJF, I saw him at an AAW event not too long ago. Yeah. And the way that everybody knows that sometimes shit happens, right? So they put on this really unannounced match as a way of like, all right, what if the pay-per-view fucks up? Then there were rumors that the Cody match was going to go on first.
Right.
And
I thought it came on rather early, actually.
yeah, I did too. That, like I said, there were rumors that the Cody match was going to come on first. And could you imagine if for some reason Fight had a problem and they weren't able to actually start the pay-per-view on time and they'd come in midway through the Cody match? Like, that would have just ruined everything. So they have this match. It's a pretty decent match. MJF is basically the indie equivalent of the Miz is pretty much what that's just always what I refer to him as. He's just Indie Miz.
Yeah.
Indie Miz.
Yeah, that's what I could see from the little promos they cut when they announced him.
The one thing I'll tell you too is I don't know if anybody else experienced this, but when we were watching it, the stream cut out like a couple times.
There were a couple.
And I
when exactly did it cut out? Do you remember?
It was like 3 or 4 times for like seconds, like maybe 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah,
you know?
and it went black, I think, like once.
Yep. Yeah, I thought somebody was coming out. You know,
right,
when
but no, it
wasn't.
I think it could have been because we were getting it through Honor Club, but I read online that other people said it streamed flawlessly. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I was just thinking it's an overload, which it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so that's awesome.
Next, Steven Arrow ML versus the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. Great match. Very surprised with how well ML did in the ring for an actor. And here's the thing that I liked because that match, I don't know if you guys got this or not, but it's kind of like a smack in the face to WWE because WWE are the guys that are going to bring in the actors and they're going to go over on the wrestlers, you know?
Yep.
And it didn't happen here. And that was so damn cool, man. And then the sign of respect at the end when they shook hands and stuff.
Yeah.
It was very cool, man. Stephen Amell, one of my favorite spots was the Van Terminator. I couldn't believe he pulled it off.
Dude, that move was intense. I mean, you have to be a freak athlete to do something like that, which Van Damme was. And I'm just like, he's going to botch it. He's going to botch it. And then all of a sudden he nailed it. I was like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, it was awesome. Jerry Lynn, you know?
Yeah.
The special guest referee.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn.
I thought that was cool.
The new effing show. Hell yeah. He kind of got involved a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was cool. I'll tell you what, though. He lost a lot of weight. That's a guy you could tell that was juicing bad back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
During the Van Damme Lynn
dude, he was
matches,
going.
Lynn was jacked, dude.
Yeah.
You know, he was absolutely jacked. I'm not going to lie, though. The fanboy inside of me, I would have loved to see a spoiler match or something like that, or a secret match that was unannounced on the pay-per-view. It would have been Jerry Lynn, Rob Van Dam 3.
Oh, well, I think they've had that.
Okay, 4.
I think they had that.
10.
It'd be like,
15.
Yeah, they've done it a couple times. TNA did it a few times. Great match, though. Like I said, I'm really glad Christopher Daniels went over on ML.
I really thought that Christopher Daniels was going to have to carry him the whole time. This is his third. I think this was ML's third match.
Yeah.
And
first singles match, though.
First singles match, dude. And that's the thing. Like, for him to have his first singles match on the biggest indie show in history, dude did it. I mean, he did it hard.
That took a lot of balls to...
Did you say balls?
I did say balls. I said
Bucket,
balls.
balls fly into my mouth.
I thought it was great. It took a lot of balls, dude, to book him.
He said it again.
You know? I mean, you don't... I mean, it could go either way, and it's just like...
Did you catch, though, the first time Daniels did the best moonsault ever? He kind of botched it and mainly just caught his Stephen Amell's body with his top of his head.
I did catch that, yeah.
That kind of sucked, but, whatever.
It was on Daniels, though. It wasn't on ML.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Amell wasn't positioned. It looked like he was a little too close to the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the trajectory of him coming down, maybe he did. But whatever. Still a great match all around. Great energy for that match. So we're talking, this is what, the second match now? Or fourth match?
Fourth, yeah.
Then we get into the Fatal 4-Way with the women. And it featured Madison Rayne, former Impact Wrestling TNA Knockout champion.
To be known as Ashley Rayne when she competes in the Mae Young Classic.
Exactly. And she's also married to a guy who doesn't want to admit that he's from the region, but he is, Josh Matthews.
Man, why is he always hating on the region for?
Yeah, I don't know. Because he's Josh Matthews, and he's not that good. I mean, he has been getting a little bit more tolerable. I like him with on Impact with Don Callis.
Yes.
I think they're good together. I think Don actually makes him a little bit better.
I agree.
But then there's some times where it's just him calling like an explosion match or something, and he's just, man, he's so fucking boring. And he makes a good match seem like it's shit because he can't call it. So anyways, Madison Rayne versus Britt Baker, who is the girlfriend of Adam Cole.
Did not know that.
Yeah. You didn't recognize the music she came out to?
No, I didn't, actually.
That was Adam Cole's theme music.
Huh.
In Ring of Honor. Versus Chelsea Green, also a former Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion, and the girlfriend of Zack Ryder.
You got some woo woo woos.
She did the broski bump or
Yes.
whatever you call that.
You got some woo woo woos in that.
And I
crowd,
love her
man.
character, the crazy, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Man,
hot mess.
Lord of mercy, she got an ass, dude.
Hot mess.
Oh, she is a hot mess. And verse one of my favorites, the chin, Tessa Blanchard. Everybody, even who else? Mike was saying something about her chin. I was like, I don't care, dude. She's still hot as fuck,
she's-
dude.
yeah.
Chin.
And she's great, dude. She's my.
Stupid, man.
Imagine her versus what's his name, James Ellsworth.
Oh yeah.
Give a little bit. No disrespect. I absolutely love Tessa Blanchard.
She
I think
would-
she's a badass.
And she would kick your ass.
She would honestly kick my ass, and I would love every second of it.
Every last. You'd be like,
Slide 'em up.
You'd be like, Big Ed videotape.
I'd be like, give me them blessings.
She's easily top 5 female wrestlers on Earth right now.
Yes, easily.
Yeah,
I'd
sure.
say top 2 in my
Yeah.
opinion,
She's
dude.
really good
She's
wrestler.
amazing.
And she's very hard, very stiff.
Very stiff.
Yes.
By God.
Yeah.
By God.
She's the current Impact Knockouts champion. She ends up winning the match, but all around, I mean, these girls put on a hell of a damn match.
And
dude.
FYI, I know a lot of people don't really care for what Bleacher Report or what anybody like rates the matches, but Bleacher Report gave this match an A, and I think
a great
match.
And I think 100% it earned every last bit of it, man.
Yeah.
it was great.
Dude,
You know, everybody wants to talk about the women's revolution and WWE and all this shit. They didn't start that. WWE is looking at what's going on and succeeding in other places. If anything, you want to talk about a major wrestling company, TNA Impact.
Yeah.
The Knockouts division, like when they started that, they took that shit seriously, and they were bringing in girls that were badass. And perfect example right now, Tessa Blanchard.
Which, like, it was fairly predictable ending to the match in terms of, like, who was going to win.
Right.
But I will say, I don't know, some people are calling it a botch. The ending, everybody was a little confused in that arena. We'll say that. We're like,
Yeah.
did they call it? Was it 2? Was it 3?
I was too. I was like, what?
Yeah.
She won? Like,
yeah.
Like confused there for a second.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, go Tessa.
confused.
But yeah, good match really good match overall.
Yeah, great job, ladies. We all love you very much. Next, which this is, like I said, we're talking about this, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match with Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis that had a great several-month build-up, good storytelling, you know, the son of a plumber,
Yeah, of a plumber.
Dusty Rhodes.
Hey, we got Dusty Rhodes in the studio today.
Oh, and let me tell you something, baby. My son Cody, the new NWA World Champion, baby.
What'd you think? What'd you think of his performance?
I thought it was great. I thought he kicked some ass. He kicked that Brit Nick Aldis' ass, baby.
So, were you happy with everything?
Ooh, I was blessed.
Did it make you want to dance?
It made me want to rain down some sunshine on my son Cody Rhodes.
And what about some chicken and blessings?
It wanted me to get all the blessings, all the fixings, man.
Thank you, Dustin.
You're very welcome, man.
We love the
Till next
American
time.
dream. Next time, we'll see you next JPDub.
Oh, too sweet, baby.
Dude, that was a killer match. I thought it was awesome.
I love that they brought color into the match, dude.
Yes. Well,
And-
that's the most Dusty Rhodes thing in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winning the
It's the NWA
NWA
championship.
title,
Yes.
bloodied up. There's so much nostalgia with this shit, dude. As new and as fresh as what this pay-per-view was, it was the perfect blend of everything.
Yes.
As a wrestling fan, that's how you know, like, this is the next level shit, man.
You think this coming out to DVD or
I sure
it,
as-
it
I
will
hope
have
so.
to.
I'm buying it, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, as
Yeah.
soon as it comes out. I mean,
I'm gonna wait till it come out on Blu-ray. Blu-ray.
yeah.
Back down.
Blu-ray DVD-A.
It was great. I hope and this match was. Again, here's another one. Bleacher Report gave this one an A+, and I wholeheartedly agree with it.
I like too. It had that big fight feel, obviously, but then
Yeah.
when they both came out with their teams, like this is like a boxing match or UFC type deal. You had Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes came out with Brandy, who was smoking.
my God.
God damn, was she smoking hot?
Yep.
Shout out to Brandy Rhodes, girl. You got it going on. Damn, man.
Glacier came out with him.
Yeah, Glacier.
Glacier was there.
Glacier, DDP, Tommy Dreamer, and the dog Pharaoh. Dude.
Yes. So fun. They talked about this. He actually was talking about this when I was there too. The plan was just to have Pharaoh come out, top of the ramp, go back. And he got a huge pop, so he said, fuck it, I'm bringing him down.
He was there
And-
like the whole match, right?
Yeah, and like I guess Brandy looks back at him. He's like, "Oh, Brandy looked back at me with fucking daggers," and like she was pissed off that she brought him to that. But apparently loved it, and the dog was having a good time, so that was cool. It was a good match. I kind of freaked out a little bit because, I mean, some of the stuff that I saw on Twitter and Reddit and a lot of these places where people talk about wrestling, they said that it was underwhelming, which I don't get. I didn't get that at all. They said, underwhelming.
I strongly disagree with those asshole critics.
Yeah, man. It was, like you said, big fight feeling.
Those guys on Twitchkers, Twitchkers tweeting away.
Those twatters.
Those twatters.
Not tweeting, not twat.
Whippersnappers. I really thought that. I thought the whole thing from the entrance to the very end.
DDP coming out.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yes, Diamond
was
cut
great.
on there.
The only thing, I think there was a botch, like when Cody was out and he was acting like he's hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think he had a blade.
I think DDP didn't DDP.
maybe
DDP, it looked like DDP gave it to him.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but right there for a couple seconds, dare I say, like minute, it's something just seemed weird while I was watching. I was like, what the?
Well, the first time Cody got up, I was like, we both said it. We're like, he's going to be gushing blood. And we looked, and he wasn't. And then all of a sudden, he like went back down. Nothing happened. He came back up, and he was gushing blood. So, shit, maybe he's got a rusty razor that it was dull.
Hebner threw up
Glad
that
I bought my
X,
razor.
Yeah.
and he
That's what I look. I was kind of worried for a second.
Yeah, we all
But I don't
were.
like how they fuck with you now, and they do that now because all the smart marks know that when they throw this up, that means they're really hurt.
Yeah.
And now they just do it because
wanna
these
fuck with
smart
the crowd.
Yeah, these assholes think that they know what's going on.
Yep.
Everybody, like I said, everybody close to me. Oh fuck, Cody's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's hurt. Hebner's throwing up the X like it's. Which, by the way, Earl Hebner still got it.
Yeah, I met Earl Hebner. It was awesome.
Earl,
or his brother Dave. He has a twin brother.
are you serious?
Yeah, you know that?
Yeah.
No shit, I didn't know Earl. And I didn't know.
See, when you listen to Juice Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, you learn.
You learn things. This is a learning experience for everybody.
You learn how to
including
laugh,
myself.
you learn how to love, and you learn how to subscribe.
You
Anyways, Nick Aldis,
You
his
also
little
learn how to wet him up.
yeah, that's the most important thing of them all. I like how Nick Aldis came out too with Jeff Jarrett, JEFF. WEBB.
Yeah.
You knew I had to get that in there.
Absolutely.
Former NWA World Champion, the guy who kind of brought it back a little bit in the big way with the 10 Pounds of Gold series initially, Tim Storm, who I think looks like the crazy old man from Ren and Stimpy. The guy's always like, "Ugh." I tweeted a picture of it, dude. It got a lot of fucking people talking on Twitter. Sean Davari, which I thought was a weird, I don't know what was up with that. Unless he works. I thought Billy Corgan would be walking out with him.
That's what I was asking everybody. I'm like, man, okay.
Billy wasn't even there for Starcast or
I
nothing.
didn't see
Maybe he's
Corgan.
playing.
I don't know if he's touring or something. Didn't they have a new album?
I seen him a few weeks back, but I didn't know if that was just a Chicago only thing or if they were starting a tour or what.
I was kind of
I
hoping
think they are
Corgan would be
touring.
there.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that he didn't. Yeah, Nick Aldis definitely the heel in this match.
Oh yeah, he got
He got
major
booed
heat.
out the building,
Major
man.
heat.
And I like Nick Aldis now,
Oh,
aka
yeah.
Magnus. Like I thought he's done good with the 10 Pounds of Gold, and it's gonna be interesting to see what they do now from here.
Well, I'll tell you what, this can only do good things for the
Oh,
NWA
man.
Championship. This is gonna like I mean,
love it.
it's been brought back, but I mean, Cody's got the belt. Like, it's gonna be huge for that championship. That there's a reason that Corgan approved Cody going over on this. Like, it was a good call.
Yeah, and it was a great story.
Oh yeah,
Great story, man. I like it. It's almost like a tearjerker. It's the son of legendary Dusty Rhodes, who just passed away.
Yep.
And I saw a video of Goldust that he tweeted on Instagram and all that, sent to Cody. He's like, "Hey, my brother, I love you. I'm sorry I couldn't be there." WWE's not going to let him appear at that shit,
Yeah.
which really sucks because I don't know if he's hurt or what he's doing. I know he's still under contract, but he ain't doing shit
I haven't
on
seen it in
TV.
a while.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. I liked at the ending when Aldis went to go hit the elbow drop and Brandy covered up.
Oh
Yeah,
that was a good spot,
That was a good
dude.
spot. I thought that was awesome.
And remember, she threw the extra little leg.
Oh, the leg flop, dude.
The
She-
legs licking. Like to lick them legs.
Yeah, she threw in that little extra bit. But no, I thought it was really, the whole match was great.
Yeah.
And
like Jeff was saying, for all the haters out there, and like you were saying, Ed, for the people who look at the Bleacher Report and the ratings, they got an A+.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. You don't think WWE would have, like, even if he was like backstage, you don't think they would have let his brother go there?
Well, they didn't. They didn't let Mickey James be there for all this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that goes to show you that they know this shit's a threat.
It's a big threat. Now let me ask you this: do you think Vince will ever come in there and just say, how much do you want for everything? And do you think they will sell?
No, not at all.
No.
The Young Bucks were just on Jericho's podcast, and Jericho said that he had mentioned something to Vince about how these guys were doing this, and he was like, I wish they would have called me, and so I could give them advice. It's trying to run a show in September. September's a horrible month for pay-per-views, and there's like, whatever, Vince.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they sold out. I just read today too. Pro wrestling tees in merchandise sales, $500,000 over the weekend.
That's
if that
insane.
doesn't say fucking something to you, WWE, dude, they would have to put on like a Mania or one of their big four to draw anything like that. Because honestly, like Extreme Rules or something, and I don't know their numbers for something like that, but it just doesn't seem like it would generate, especially for the community.
Yeah.
You
forgot to mention the greatest pay-per-view in the history of WWE, Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, God. No, I did not. And you just made my balls hurt for bringing it back up. What a fucking stupid-ass thing to... Jesus Christ. Next! God. Great Balls of Fire. What the fuck? This is why I unsubscribe to the network.
Yep.
And I don't watch their product. I can only do like
can't handle
YouTube
it.
clips here and there.
Yeah.
And when
Dude.
I think it's going to be something that's all right, like I thought Lashley coming back was going to be awesome.
They fucked Lashley, too.
Man, dude, did he
They're
get
just
fucked.
fucking their booking up so badly.
But anyway, we're not here for them. We were entertainment. We're here for All In. So moved on to the next match. One of my favorite matches of the night. Adam Hangman Page versus Joey Janela. What'd you think about this one, Jeff?
God, I wish I could have watched it.
You didn't watch it?
Papa Buck cornered me and talked to me for about 20 minutes during the entirety of this match. And I
Really?
saw the first 3 minutes of it, got up to take a piss right after, like in the middle of the entrances, got up, ran to take a piss. And that's when Papa Buck was there talking to me, which, like, cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, how you gonna tell? You can't tell
it's
Papa Buck to fuck off, you know?
It was awesome. Talked to him about everything. He was telling stories about back in the day, just like about how proud he was, this and that. So it's like, I'm sure it was a great match. Everybody, from what I've been told, and you guys can back this up probably, that it was one of the most violent matches since classic ECW.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It was a Chicago street fight. Dude, they were busting fucking tables. They were bringing out ladders, all kinds of shit. They brought out the boots.
Dude.
Remember? And the telephone that he used to bash in Joey
I was
Ryan.
there for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I got
yeah,
back
yeah.
in time for that.
Yep.
Yes.
And then, so they finally, Hangman Page goes over on Janela, which sets up something bigger that we're going to get to. That match, or what's his finisher called? Do you know what it's called?
I don't remember.
Who?
Hangman Page, Adam Page.
Is it the...
It's the one where...
It's the rite of passage, right, or no?
No. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's right. 'Cause
Off
that's
the
one-
top of that fucking ladder through the
Yeah,
table,
that-
dude.
Exactly. It was amazing. God. Dude, I thought he died.
Yeah.
Immediately. I
Yeah.
thought there was death.
We were
in the
losing
ring.
our shit,
Yeah,
dude.
there
I was like...
death in the ring, dude.
It felt like being kids again, you know? And that's great, man. That this pay-per-view totally provided that. We'll get a final thoughts on that.
This one could have been on an old ECW match and would have gotten a standing ovation.
Oh, for sure.
An old ECW
For
pay-per-view,
sure.
and they would have done this as a standing ovation. You would have got ECW. Actually, you heard that.
Yeah.
You heard that
yeah.
during this match.
And holy shit, holy shit, fuck those kids.
You heard that. You heard that during that match.
That
It
was the
awesome.
consensus for that match, though, is that everybody's saying this was just ECW brought back to
Yeah.
life for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
I'm excited for you to go back and actually watch it.
I need to
because
watch it. I really
to
want
me,
to watch the whole match.
Yeah.
For me, it was probably one of the best matches
Hey,
the whole
can you
night.
rewatch this now since you're a
Yeah.
subscriber? You can,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Decent.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
All we gotta do is log in the Honor Club. Don't get rewatch. I'd like to rewatch it.
Yeah,
So, anyways, that match gets an A+ from me.
it gets an A++ from me.
Oh, what about from you, Jeff?
To be decided.
To be real.
JEFF double WE double B.
Bubble butt. But we don't end there with that match. So after it's over, the lights go off, right?
Oh my god!
Yes.
It was
Dick
dude,
Druids.
I lost it.
Dick
Druids. Dick Druids.
Dude.
Rest in penis.
I started cracking up when all the dicks started
Oh,
just
man.
coming walking out of the it was like Undertaker-ish.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious. I loved it,
That
dude. I was cracking up, dude. It was so funny.
I had so much fun with that. I can't even describe how fun that was. I was losing my shit, dude. All these dicks coming out and the crowd's yelling, plastic dicks, plastic dick. Joey Ryan comes out, lays out Adam Hangman Page to standing ovation. They roll him out, and then the dicks carry him away. They're cutting the people in the crowd who have like blow-up dicks. And I'm like, I'm a dark humor motherfucker. I like that stuff, dude.
It was great.
It was so college humor-esque and entertaining, and dude, the best jokes are dick and fart jokes. Come on.
And then rest in penis.
Rest in penis. So great, dude. So great. He got the U-pornplex going. Gave everybody what they wanted to see,
Dude, that shit right there, it just shows, like, that's why stuff like Ring of Honor and JPW, shit like this, like stuff like that, it's going to keep getting more and more popular because people like seeing shit like that.
Yep.
I love seeing inflatable dicks carry people away like he's Jesus flying up the ramp. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Dude, it was crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. It was funny. I thought it, dude, I was watching it, dude, and I fucking had tears in my eyes. I was cracking up and just excited and laughing at the same time, dude.
Yeah, it was great. So moving on to the next match, we had Jay Lethal versus Flip Gordon.
Wait a second, did you say Jay Lethal? Ooh, yeah. Black Machismo.
Yeah, or as I should say, Black Machismo. Before the match, and I don't know if they showed anything on the Tron, the backstage shit.
Yes.
So they showed him getting tapped on the shoulder. You just see an arm come on and goes,
It just freaks out, dude.
It's like, freak out, ooh, yeah.
Dude, it's great. Dude, it's so funny because he's got it down, dude.
Man, he's got it down.
Mannerisms,
Yeah.
the voice, the just the face, and they're like, the face mixed with the face,
Yeah.
his mouth, and
It's great.
Dude, it is. It's great.
And I'm glad they brought it back. They were building up on that for BTE as well, and it all culminated with him coming out as Black Machismo. And I love his theme music too. That
Dude,
yeah,
yes.
I like the leading up to it when he was in the bathroom, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and
Did you see Black Machismo in the mirror?
Yeah.
He's like, we're going all in. He's like, no.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Brandy Rhodes comes out with Flip Gordon. She looked hot as fuck again in like that old 50s kind of military
It
looking.
doesn't matter what she wears.
Man, hopefully it's nothing. That's when she looks her best.
Oh, yeah?
That was a kind of a cold response.
Oh, yeah?
You guys are probably just like, yep. Sprung. Great match, man. Goddamn, Flip Gordon, dude. And Jay Lethal as well. Jay Lethal's great.
Jay Lethal's fucking amazing.
I'm glad he got the world title back, to be honest with you. There were so many great spots in this match. I love, too, how they kind of did the throwback to Hogan.
Yes, that was fantastic.
It was great.
Yeah.
He started hulking up.
He gave him the big boot and the leg drop, too, dude.
Great.
That was fucking great. And then when Jay Lethal was acting like Brandy was Miss Elizabeth, he kept picking her up, and then she finally got sick of it, like tapped him, and then he turned back into Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
What was fucking cool, I mean, he came out with Lanny Poffo. The whole thing.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
The brothers from another mother.
Yes.
I love that T-shirt, dude.
But,
ProWrestlingTees.com.
Dude, that match did wonders for Flip Gordon's career. Everybody says, he's Flip Gordon. He's, he does his flips. He does his crazy shit. Can he actually hold his own in like a real wrestling match? Is he able to do it? And yes, he's able to hold his own with one of the best in the world, Jay Lethal, Black Machismo. Like, dude did it, and he showed like, I'm the real deal. That this is going to be a career defining night for Flip Gordon.
Yeah. He was doing it and doing it and doing it well.
How long has Brandy Rhodes and Cody Rhodes been together?
They've only been married for a few years.
Yeah, like
hasn't
like
that been
5-6
that
years.
long?
Yeah.
And she wrestles too sometimes. I mean, she's green
She's
as
signed
fuck,
with
dude.
Impact.
I don't think she's with him anymore.
No? I know she
it's been a
was.
while. She
Really?
was, because Cody did some matches there
Yeah.
too.
She was with WWE though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he left, and then of course, they're married or whatever.
Yeah.
They got to go where the hubby goes.
Yep.
Anyways, great match. I really enjoyed that one. As we haven't had one bad thing to say about any of these matches yet.
It's hard to find something bad with this whole card.
It's funny because this is quite opposite when we talk about a WWE event.
Right.
It's like we try to find a match that was halfway decent. And,
Right.
And even that, it's a stretch.
So Black Machismo wins. I'm gonna call him Black Machismo because I love it.
As you should.
It's fucking great.
This one was only given a B-. I still thought it was a good match.
It was a great match.
It was a great match.
Comes back in time to do the lethal injection. Like,
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh, that was great. Great finish. Next we had Kenny
Hold
Omega.
on. This is Jeff's match. This
Oh,
is the
yeah.
one that got him all excited.
Oh, did it?
The Kenny Omega Pentagon Jr. match.
I'm still filling buckets of jizz.
This was your favorite match of the night, huh?
Dude, like I everybody loves Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Well,
in the
not Nick
world.
Sanchez. He was there watching Nick Kosas.
Nick Sanchez.
Nick's out there listening right now. He's a hater, man. He just can't get over.
Dude, no, you're wrong.
I know he's
Kenny,
wrong.
yeah. Kenny Omega, the match was fantastic. Pentagon was fantastic.
All those
I
V
can't-
triggers, dude. And he kept wanting more, dude. I was like, that's old ECW
Yes,
shit
it
too,
is.
man. Like, just thank you, sir. Might have another, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that to be the match when they announced Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
I don't think anybody was.
No, but it was like, man, some of those spots were like I cringed at some of the spots when.
Oh, dude. What was the package pile driver?
Yes, off the apron.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, I shit my pants a little bit. It was like I'm not used to shitting when I have a boner.
Blumpkin.
I was hard the whole match. You knew Kenny was gonna win, but man, and then of course the ending when the whole arena went black.
God, that
for
was
too
great.
long.
Yep.
Once
Yeah.
I was yelling again once it happened. And then what happened, Jeff?
I think that was the biggest pop of the night. Lights
It
come
was.
back.
I think so too. Because when I just watched it before you guys got in the studio, and I'm listening to it's clipping on the YouTube video because the crowd is so damn loud.
We literally thought, the lights went out for a long time. Like it was a decent amount. It felt like a long time there.
it did.
was like 30,
We thought it
50
fucked up
seconds.
again.
Yeah.
Remember?
We're sitting there and it comes back on. Pentagon's laying on the corner. The match. Oh, okay, nothing's changed. I wonder if they had like a power outage. Oh man, that sucks. That's embarrassing for them. Gets
Yeah.
up, rips the mask off, or code breaker rips the mask off. It's fucking Jericho.
I knew right away because I saw the
yeah.
tattoos, and then you could tell with his chin and everything. And Jericho did that before,
Yes.
back in the day when he dressed up as Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yes.
So that was super
Codebreaker
cool.
Twice.
Oh man.
See you at the Jericho Cruise.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
love
my
that's going to be
God.
awesome. Well, I think we'll be talking more about the Jericho Cruise as it happens. That's October 27th too. I think it starts through
Yes.
the 31st. We've talked about it a few times on here. Try to keep everybody informed on what's going on, like matches and who's appearing. But yeah,
For
great
me,
match.
that was the match of the night.
I can't disagree. Bleacher Report gave him an A+. I
was
can't
great.
disagree. I wouldn't say it's hard to say absolute favorite because I think out of the three I really, really enjoyed, they're probably all the same.
That's got to fucking tell you. I mean, the last 4 matches for me, dude, if you're able to go through an entire card like this and you're trying to find, it's hard to rate these. It's hard to rate
really
these.
is.
They're so good.
Up next, we got Okada, who you met at
Did
Starrcast,
meet
right?
Okada.
Super
was
awesome. The
Tell us about
Rainmaker.
that. How was he? Was he cool?
Super nice. He was, I'd met him probably, this was hours into it. He'd been doing this for hours and he was still giving time to people. He spoke perfect English. So fun fact about this match, that match went 12 minutes over.
That one, and there was another one, I think the Hangman.
Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, because the Joey thing. I just read about that too. That's why the last match was so short.
So short. Okay, we'll talk about that when we
Yeah.
get to it. But 12 minutes over, which Okada doesn't have short matches. We know that. But dude, 12 minutes over. Like if it goes 1 or 2, it's like okay, that's a tiny fuck up. Like they meant to do the 12 minutes over. They'd planned this.
It was a good match too.
Great
I
match,
I
though.
loved all the spots. I loved when he blocked Marty Scurll blocked the Rainmaker with the
Yes.
umbrella, dude.
Yes.
Found it the All In. And he's like, just waves,
This girl's fucking great too.
Yeah,
I mean
the villain, dude.
that character. The whole thing.
I love the finger cracking,
Yes.
like breaking his
You can
finger. He's
hear
like,
it
"Shh."
in the match.
In the ring, remember?
In the ring.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking, like I said, we were sitting high up. You can hear it.
How the
from
fuck
the
does that
ring. I
happen,
don't know.
dude?
It was fucking cool though.
It is weird.
Ed, you're a master of magic. You'll have to reveal the secrets.
Right.
Another great match. The build was cool too. Everybody was telling me Marty wasn't going to win because he's a junior heavyweight, and they're like, "You're fucked." Everybody kept telling
Yeah.
him he was fucked, and he was fucked.
He was
Put
fucked.
up a good fight, but
Good
he
match,
lost.
though.
Great match. Once again, another A+ match. Then next we have the final match of the night, the dream match: Rey Mysterio, Phoenix, and Bandito versus the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi, aka the Golden Elite. Holy fuck!
Spot fest.
Yeah, and another time constraint thing. They were going to announce everybody out individually.
Yeah.
But because of the time thing, which we're kind of running on right now, they didn't do it. So they all came out together. You got to see the Young Bucks' new entrance, which they have out on vinyl right now.
Nice.
And I hopefully I'll be getting that for my birthday to a certain someone who's listening. So Young Bucks come out. And then we get Rey Mysterio. Dude, Rey Mysterio always has some badass ring gear. Like, if it's a special event, he comes out dressed as fucking Wolverine, dude.
That was really cool.
That was super cool. Like, old school X-Men, like, 90s Wolverine, dude.
And he's ageless. Like,
he is. He's in the best shape of his life, dude.
We were talking about that. He's in really good shape still.
Hands down.
that was the match that if they were going to cut a match, I'm okay with them cutting that match just because, again, spot fest, high velocity, they went for it.
There's so much shit that happened in that match that you guys will have to go back and watch it. Not just you, but everybody in the JP Woo that's listening right now, because there's so much shit. You can't really. I mean, everything they did for how long? How long was this match though?
11 minutes and 48 seconds.
Okay.
How long?
11 minutes and 48 seconds.
That's how fast that match. Because I know it went. That's
we were
really
all sitting
fast.
there like, fuck, I could have took another 20, 30 minutes of that shit.
Yep.
You
It
know?
was supposed to go, I think they said 28 minutes this match was supposed to go. Mm-hmm. And they didn't even make half that.
Yeah. Which sucks, man. I'm glad they didn't like get the plug pulled on them, you know?
Yeah.
Because that would have been
bad.
That would have been
bad.
really bad.
Yeah.
Everything was so perfectly executed with this. Like for these guys' first time, I thought the production on it was pretty damn good. For guys, you know who they all have money. I would say Cody's probably got the most out of all of them because he's been in WWE, you know. But the quality of pay-per-view and visuals and everything they put on was the talent that they had was top notch. Kudos to these guys, dude. They changed the fucking world of professional wrestling last.
Yes, they did.
I don't
Sunday,
think that's an overstatement.
Saturday, I should say. I'm stumbling on my words right now because I'm just like, holy shit, dude. What did we watch? You know, you were there. That's super fucking boner-tastic. Like, we got super pumped watching it at the house. Like, it was an amazing show. I have not had that good a time watching a wrestling show in a very long fucking time.
Which should terrify the WWE.
Yeah, because they're gonna lose guys now.
Absolutely.
I think guys like when their contracts start coming up, like Kevin Owens, and these guys would be fools to
I could absolutely see Kevin Owens leaving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be tempted by the money though. If they sit there and try to say, "Oh, we'll give you X and X amount of dollars," like I know you got family and this, and that, but for guys like even like a Samoa Joe or an AJ, could you imagine? AJ has no reason to. He should finish up in WWE,
And he will probably.
yeah, because he worked the Indies boat till he had nothing to work anymore. But guys like Kevin Owens coming back to the Indies would not be necessarily a bad idea. He could probably make the same, if not more, money.
I'd be willing to throw money down that Shinsuke will be back in the Indies before we know it. They're not working him right. I guarantee that in the back
Even
of
though
his
he
mind,
is a champ right now, he's still U.S. champ,
he
right?
is, yeah. But just the way that they booked him, I could see him going back to the Indies.
Yeah, I
Going
wouldn't
back to
doubt it.
Japan.
Fuck, they got Hideo Itami was back in Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yep.
But I think he's still under contract. They just let him go do it.
Yes.
So WWE, but they don't consider Noah as a threat, you know?
No. Some of these bigger guys, they definitely do. I mean, obviously, look at pretty much anybody that was on this card for All In, but I could see it happening. This is going to be one of those days it's going to go down in history like, well, this might have tipped the scales.
This day will live in infamy.
You know, the only thing is that that very last match, man. I seriously, I could have done with a lot more.
That's probably
of it,
the
man.
best wrestling fucking match I've watched in 20 years.
in a long time, man. It was
Like,
great.
God damn, dude. And the Young Bucks, I mean, I don't know how much, Ed, you've even watched of the Young Bucks. I know we've talked about them a lot, and I'm trying to, wrap their heads around these guys and why I think they are the best tag team, why I got their vinyl pop figures hanging up in the studio, you know. They're the best fucking tag team, hands down, in the world right now today, dude.
Yeah.
Not only because of just setting up this pay-per-view, but if you've watched any of their matches, like all the spots they do, and they're getting really good at not just the spot monkey stuff, the storytelling. Mm-hmm. Like they can sell great, they put on great matches, and I haven't seen any low-quality matches from these guys, whether it was ROH, TNA, when they were Generation Me, indie stuff, pro wrestling guerrilla matches, just amazing, hands down.
They're getting the credit they deserve.
Yeah, and that's so awesome. They are a threat to WWE. And, I hate people on the internet talk about like, oh, well, everything is fine. WWE is fine. And to an extent, you're right. You can like what you like. But I think WWE has mistreated the fans and the talent for so long now that it's time for them to get their fucking up and comings, Mm-hmm. They've shit on everybody. It's unwatchable.
Well, I mean, you look at the past, decade and a half. Even when TNA was at the top of their game, WWE was better. We had competition in this industry. I think we're finally getting there to where people are looking, even myself. I was talking to you a little bit earlier. I'm considering canceling the membership of the WWE Network and just going full on to Ring
I think
of
you
Honor.
should. You never have?
No, I've never
So
done
you've had it since it came out?
I've had it for about the last year and a half.
Okay. Well, then
And-
that's why you haven't.
Yeah, exactly.
I had that shit when it first came out, and I had it for a couple years, and I was like, you know what? Like, this is garbage.
I'm thinking about just going full on to Ring of Honor. I miss Raw. I miss SmackDown. I don't even care.
Well, you want to know what? Here's the thing too: is like even like when Raw and SmackDown are on, it's literally just one of those things where it's almost background noise for me.
It is. It's not fun to watch.
No,
it's not even
It's more.
wrestling.
It feels like a chore.
That's here's the thing. WWE now, it's like if you tell people like, first of all, anybody that you tell you're a pro wrestling fan, there's a lot of people that might shit. Well, what the fuck is
They
that? You're a
they
dork
still
or
hate
whatever.
on it, yes.
The reality of that is fuck you.
Yeah.
But I can see why they would say that. If like, oh yeah, I watch WWE. You know, because it's not cool.
No.
The shit that like Impact and ROH and New Japan and Lucha Underground and now with what they're doing with All In is made wrestling cool again.
Yep.
It makes me feel back in the day where it was like, dude, you wore an NWO shirt or a wrestling shirt and like you were a proud motherfucker to be walking around like this is cool, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Like they're rock stars again, dude. These motherfuckers are fucking rock stars.
For sure, dude. When I was younger, dude, the NWO shirts and the Austin shirts and dude, I had.
EC-Dub. Remember you used to order those.
Dude, I had a Dreamer one. I had a Raven one. I had a Sandman one. I had one that was I had the purple logo where it said ECW, and then I had the one that said ECF and W.
Yeah.
dude.
Nice.
And
That's the one I want to do for the first podcast shirts, the JPF and Dub.
Yeah,
Nice.
dude. It was one of those things, man, where it's like it sucks because I wish I still had those
Yeah.
shirts.
I got a Tommy Dreamer one still. It's very old, but
It was mine was the Innovator of Violence one.
yeah, that's the one I got with the bloody face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
So,
yeah.
It was great, man. But you know that, and it's cool because, well, just the other day I was at I had to go to Party City for something, and the guy comes walking down the aisle. He's got an NWO cap on. You're
Yeah.
starting to see stuff.
I've seen it, dude.
more
I was out
and
in
more and
Chicago
more.
in what like some Asian town. I don't know which one it was, but wherever what pho? How do you say it? Pho.
Yeah.
That- so what is that? Is that like it's Korean? or-
Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, Vietnamese. So I'm out there and I'm eating that stuff, dude. I look over and there's an older Asian lady wearing a Bullet Club shirt, dude. And I'm like, get the
Yes.
fuck out of here.
The Bullet Club is the NWO
Yes.
of the 21st century.
Yep.
Yep.
And they did, but they're pulling it off. And I hate
Yep.
to say it, dare I say it, better.
I think so.
If the NWO was executed as well as what these guys have done, they might not have ever faded away.
Yep.
You know, Scott Hall might have still got on that drug ban, sure. You know,
Hey,
but-
yo, don't make fun of me, Juice. All right? I'm still the bad guy, because if
Good
I forgot
times don't
the
last.
but bad guys do.
Yeah. Thanks, Scott.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, Juice,
Yeah.
you follow me on that Twitter?
Oh, Scott Hall NWO. I'm all over it.
Well, survey says another win for the good guy.
That's right. That's right, Scott.
All right, well, I'm going to go take these pills, and I'm going to go hang out.
Oh,
with
man,
Dallas.
no.
I'm going to go hang out.
Dolly.
Me and Dolly's going to go hang out, yo.
Yeah, just leave the pills somewhere else, Scott.
Those blue and yellow, purple.
I actually listened to that last night. A little throwback for you. So yeah, overall great pay-per-view. If we'll go around the table real quick because we're running low on time. Ed, what out of 1 out of 100 rating, what would you give it?
I would give it a solid 98.
Okay, Jeff.
Same. Absolutely. 98, 99.
Yep.
I'd have to give it 100.
Yeah, I would say 98.
You bushkin motherfucker.
You know the only reason I didn't because it wasn't Rob Van Dam, Jerry Lynn.
Oh God.
I'm joking.
You know, here's the thing though. I don't know why they haven't hooked up with RVD. He still does independent shit. Why wouldn't you want to get him? I mean, he was always the cool.
Because he
could
gets
be him.
blasted and he misses call time. That's just what happens.
Yeah. But I think he would fit in well into their universe. You know.
He would, and he still has gas in the tank. Still, you know, he
He
can still
needs
pull
one
it up.
more upper tier run.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he WWE, he'll never be back. He said he got concussed really bad in an indie match, or it might have been, I think it was an indie match. But anyways, he said he wouldn't be able to pass their physical now.
Really?
So he just went through a divorce with his wife, and we'll not get into all that crap. But long story short, he can't make that WWE money anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's just like a Legends contract where it's licensing and.
But see, do you think they'd even let him with all the RVD weed I mean, advocate stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was still when he had his run back a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still doing it, and he had a movie that they knew was in production where he's talking about advocate for, cannabis.
Yeah.
And it's becoming more and more acceptable. I think whatever that's going to be the big trial for WWE. They're going to yes, competition does make things better, but they're still that publicly traded company. And they still target audience of we want to go after young kids, not the college demographic, which is what all these other brands are going for. Because they, the kids are the ones that get mommy and daddy to spend the money. It's going to be very hard for them with sponsors to pull off some of the content that they might want to rip off or try. They cannot have another attitude area in WWE.
No.
It just will never happen.
Ever since they've gone public, they just can't. They can't handle it. And
Be a star.
It'll be bad for business.
No more Susan G. Komen when you're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't show tits, just Susan G. Komen.
Yeah, can't show tits, just those clits.
Yeah, you can't, yeah, none of that. Especially if they're putting no more putting Mae Young
Yeah.
through a table.
No more puppies!
Bubba Ray.
Oh yeah,
he
put Dixie Carter through a table in Impact, dude. Man,
So it's this. Yeah, you'll never. That was in my opinion. Well, you had the golden era of wrestling, which was the 80s and 90s. But I got to tell you that whole attitude, WCW, WWF era was really good. ECW era was good. It's died for quite some time. This All-In pay-per-view, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
This is something that when we're on JPDub episode 752,
Yeah.
we're going to be like, holy shit.
yeah,
You remember that? Remember that?
When I have my pacemaker in from all the drugs I've been doing because I'm a podcast rock star.
A pod star. He's a pod star.
I'm
I'm an ass man.
I'm not a monster.
Chicken.
Blessings.
Chicken.
Drippings. Ron Simmons.
Ronzo. Damn. But yeah, it's one of those things. Well, I mean, we'll continue to come back. This right here this raised the bar.
Oh, yeah.
It really did.
It was so organic, dude. It was it just had that natural feel. Bully Ray was tweeting he's like, hey, 20 whatever years ago, he's like a small group of rebels changed the business forever. Talk about ECW doing barely legal, their first pay-per-view. No one thought they were gonna fucking be successful, and they were proven wrong. And he's like, today 3 young rebels are doing the same thing. And dude, they did. They changed it. Everybody's talking. You had Daniel Bryan was on Twitter, talking about, hey, kudos to these guys.
Yep.
So the whole wrestling world, everybody, all eyes were on the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes that night, and I think they pulled it off without a hitch. I thought it was fucking great, and I cannot wait to own a physical copy of that shit.
It was
and hopefully
great.
there would be some extras because they always do that shit. They're always filming maybe a star cast. I'd like to see how that went.
I'd like to see some of the build-up stuff that they probably add in there as extra features and stuff like that. I got to tell you though, this was the best pay-per-view wrestling event that I've seen at least 10, 15 years.
Dude, I'm going further than that. I'm saying for me all time, this is my favorite pay-per-view event
Yeah.
in all of professional wrestling.
That's awesome.
as long
It
as
was
I've
pretty
been
good.
watching.
There was so much hype and excitement, and it delivered on all levels.
And when
That's
the
why I
fuck does
think
that ever happen?
never.
Yeah.
Never. Like I said, WWE just opens up your mouth and shits down your throat more often than not.
And they say, you're going to like it, brother.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I don't want to see John Cena, his new move. Do you see that? The 6 move of doom. It's just like a stupid straight side punch to the face. I don't even want to
bad.
go into it.
Let's not talk
It's
about it.
fucking-
Hey.
It's stinking like a dot.
I want to end the podcast on a happy note.
No
I don't wanna
sour notes.
Yeah, no sour notes. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that Federation up north.
That's right. Hey, for all of you listening, you can subscribe to Juice Pro Wrestling on any podcast platform. And actually, before I plug my stuff, Jeff, you got some. You do some stand up, right?
I do, yeah. I don't have any dates right now, but typically you could see me at the Laugh Factory, the comedy bar up in Chicago.
Nice.
Yes.
Have you? When's the last time you do anything out here in Valpo or anything?
I've never done a show actually in Northwest Indiana. I'd like to get into that though.
Really?
We got it around here.
Maybe check out Franklin House. I know when we played up there with Handsome Prick, they had a couple of comedians.
Yeah, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah.
They can't. I really got to get on that. Right?
Man, Jeff, we're going to have to give you the big boot out of here. Motherfucker! Oh, yeah!
Let me tell you something, J-Dub.
Gotta get on
J-Dub
that.
squared.
Yeah. How can we promote you when you ain't got nothing?
Jeff Webb.
Just a handsome face.
He's
That's it. An extremely handsome face.
Hey,
though.
he's a
Yes.
handsome prick.
He needs the lickings and blessings.
But yeah, you need to post in the group.
Yeah.
In the JP Woo.
I have.
That's Juice Pro Wrestling Universe. That's our Facebook group. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram under Juice Pro Wrestling. On Twitter at JPDub Podcast. You can call in. Matter of fact, call in and leave us a message. Let us know what you guys thought of All In. That number is 1-872-267-4199. What's that number again? It's 1-872-267-4199.
And it's only $3.99 a minute.
Yeah, no, it don't
No,
cost
it's free.
you shit.
It's free. We're
We
joking.
ain't schemed.
Hey,
Gene
we just
Okerlund.
bullshitting. We just bullshitting.
Yeah, call in. Leave comments at jpdub.com, which directs you to our YouTube page. You can leave comments there. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say about All In on any platform. Preferably the JP Woo, because I want to get that group. I want to get it blasted. I want to get it rocking and rolling. But Twitter, too. I do a lot of interacting on Twitter with not just fans, but wrestlers as well. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd like to give a shout-out to all of my latest Twitter followers. I'm going to start doing a thing next week where I start giving personal shout-outs.
A personal touch?
Yeah.
Is it the equivalent of like a digital reach around?
Yeah, Digital Grim Reaper reach-arounds.
Can I get on the pre-reserved list for that?
Yeah.
Digital reach around, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get on it right now, real hard, real fast, real stiff.
Real hard, real real fast, and real stiff. I had too much barbecue sauce. My God.
I also real quick want to give a shout out to Brian Leneve. I don't know how to say his last name if I butchered it. Brian Leneve, I think. Gentleman works at Three Floyd's Brew Pub. I was up there this past weekend. We had a good conversation. He's the gentleman who puts on. They have a Floyd's Mania every year. It's kind of like a 2 or 3 day wrestling event.
Right around WrestleMania time, ain't it? Yep.
Love Three Floyds, love wrestling. So hopefully we can do some things together. Shout out to you. And once again, follow me on Twitter at JPDub Podcast.
I just want to say thanks for having us on here.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Juice.
Thank you so much for having me. I
Yeah, did you have
it. Great
fun?
time, man. Yeah.
I know we're kind of sweating our balls off a little in here. Are you a little hot?
It's a little toasty, yeah.
It's a little fucking hot on the pickup truck.
Yeah, it is. Well, hey, Jeff, there's one more thing you got to join in since we're going to send everybody off.
1, 2, 3. Wet 'em up. Wet 'em up. Wet 'em up. Wet 'em up.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
You gonna do sex to me?